Well, we ain't got no intro today. We have no intro today. Welcome back, y'all. Now, I went and saw Kendrick Lamar and SZA last night in Foxboro, and I'm still at awe. I'm still trying to, I know what I saw, but it's a different feeling once you go see it, you know. I got there early. I left, I want to say, I'm in Connecticut, so it's an hour and about 40-minute drive with decent traffic. So I left a good 4 hours, 5 hours. I got there, it was 4 o'clock, an hour before the gates even opened. I got there, hung out in the parking lot, went in, got my merch, and I'm sure you're going to be seeing the merch down there. I got video for everything, and I got some merch. Went in, I was kind of afraid because I wasn't sure what I would have been able to get into the stadium as far as recording material. I had my GoPro with me, but I actually left it in the car because I wasn't sure if I was able to bring it. I had my phone, I had a charger, the cord, the little cord, if I needed to charge it. And that's all I ended up bringing in. And it turned out to be fine. The merch, you're going to see the merch. The merch was $120 for the hoodie. And then I also picked up this is a Gloria shirt, and I got the Gloria hoodie, which you should see down there I'm actually wearing it. It's pretty cool how they have certain things set up there. So after I got the merch, I went in, got my ticket. Well, you know, you check your ticket in. It's all by cell phone or whatever. You walk in, and I have floor seats. Big up to PeePodCove in enabling me to go to the show, you know, and that's because of y'all, and I appreciate y'all for that. So go in, find the seats. I'm in the 8th row
right there
on one of the side of the stage, and you're gonna see there I am. We had pretty good seats. So we were there. I was there early. Like I said, I'm a person. I'd rather be early than late. You know, you prospect the place, see what's going on. I was able to pre-game with some of the people that came. You know, we talked early. You know, this stadium, it was Mustard came out. Let me not jump ahead too fast, real quick. So you're gonna see photos of what's going on now. So then I think I went and got something to eat, came back because I wanted to make sure once the show started, I didn't want to leave between anybody's set. I'm not a huge SZA fan. I know some of her songs, but I came to this show. I paid good money, and I'm gonna enjoy the whole goddamn thing because I'm here to party, have a good time. That's what it's all about. We ain't got no size. We here to party today. PeePodCove, and it was on. The stadium wasn't full when Mustard came out. Mustard came on about 7:30. You got the back again.
You came to party, put a hand in this guy right now. Let me see something.
Up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me go up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me move.
And it was hardly anybody in the crowd. It was, and he turned the crowd up. The people because there was tons of people coming in. You can see down in the crossway where tons of people are just moving, you know, because a lot of people has come to the realization that Kendrick has been short a short time. So people were rushing in there. I got there early to see the Swam come in. I saw a couple of people stuck in traffic Can't say that was me. I drove right in the stadium like I was about to perform. But I got there early. You know, I learned that a long time. It's better to be early than late. And that's for everything, y'all. Y'all don't procrastinate and wait for the last minute. You know you got to be there for one. Don't leave at 1:45. And I know I said that backwards, but y'all know what I mean. Mustard came out, turned up the crowd. The crowd went from the crowd was already cranked up because a lot of people pre-gamed in the parking lot. So everybody came in feeling nice, because the drinks they had in there wasn't that strong anyway. So if you didn't pregame in the parking lot, you might have dropped some bank on extra strength water. So Mustard turned up the crowd. People are flying in once they hear Mustard's on. They start flying in, but Mustard really turned the crowd up. Then Kendrick came out, and for me, the energy was high. It went up high. I was sitting in a section that was pretty diverse. The fans wise, it was not a lot of Kendrick fans. I was sitting there, and a couple of people next to me was like quiet. You know, it was an older woman, and she was there with her daughter, and you could tell that the daughter knew most of the song, but she was probably about my age. You know, I look a lot younger than I am, but I'm 48, so she was somewhere around 48, 50, whatever. And I was like, you know, this is, you know, she probably just a new fan, blah blah blah, whatever. And then when SZA came on, that stadium went crazy. Like all women that was around me, all of a sudden their eyes closed and they started singing like, ugh. I was like, what is going on? Like that stadium was SZA heavy like crazy. Like 65%, somewhere like there, 60, 65. I mean, they know some of the Kendrick stuff, but like all the new stuff, they're gonna know the TV off and the squabble up and stuff like that. But when it came to like Euphoria, and you know, of course, everybody knows Not Like Us, but they went crazy. Now, me personally, I'm not sure if SZA and Kendrick music blends together well enough that they should tour together. Or I would say tour together, but the way they intertwine their sets, if you're a huge Kendrick fan, there's a huge drop off in the middle when SZA starts performing. Like it literally drops off huge. The energy just went. Now, SZA comes in with a higher crowd noise than Kendrick, but it's not sustainable with the energy that her songs don't have the same type of energy. So I could definitely see what a lot of fans were talking about, because there's a lot of people down in the comments arguing over when SZA's on stage. Some Kendrick fans are a little, or when Kendrick's on stage, a couple of SZA fans claim they may be a little ADD-ish, you know, they're waiting, they're impatient. Me personally, I wasn't a huge SZA fan going into this show. If you had asked me, would I go to a SZA show with you, even if you bought the ticket, I may say, nah, I'm good. But after watching her perform, I would probably pay to go see her if I had the opportunity again. Like her set, was amazing. Her performance was amazing. Like everything about her, like she's like a rock star. Like, and she got awesome stage presence. The way she was gliding across the stage, both of them. I mean, Kendrick, you can see Kendrick's good at what he does. Kendrick is good at what he does. I already knew kind of what to expect from Kendrick, because I've been doing a lot of these videos. I've been doing a lot of mashup videos. Make sure y'all check out the new mashup video that just came out. I dropped for Gillette. And this show was a sellout. From when I looked up, like from when Mustard, and you're gonna see, because I'm gonna be putting the videos up for y'all to see. You know, I'm recording this and I'm gonna add the videos later. But from when Mustard did his set to when Kendrick came on, it wasn't a huge time that transpired. It may be 15, 20 minutes. And you can see how the stadium went from, you could see where there are big holes to packed. And it was just like instantaneously. Everybody, like I said, once that Mustard came on and he started doing his thing, people started moving. You know, when I came back from getting something, this was, I think, before Mustard. Once Kendrick hit the stage, I never left my seat after that. I was like, nope, I paid good money for this. I'm staying and watching everything because there's no breaks. We probably got like a 15-second break because they're just going back to back to back to back, back to back. Now, that was the only thing I thought that I could see where basically SZA came in after Kendrick. And I don't think those things mesh well as far as the fans. The way, if you were a Kendrick fan and you're a SZA fan, there's a weight between there. Because when Kendrick comes out with some of the songs, they most likely didn't really know it. And some of the stuff they vibe to, but when you're talking about the whacked out murals, but he mixed that in with Squabble Up, you know, he the way Kendrick said is he draws you in either way. So even if you don't really like him that much, he got stuff that draws you in. And then with SZA, her sets were crazy cool, man. Like there's one point where she's hanging from a hoist, they lift her in the sky. And then she has all these fireflies around her, and they're just like, and then she's like flying off into space. You know, the crowd went crazy. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and says, oh no, I didn't like that. That was, the visuals awesome. I thought her sets were better. She had better sets, and they were really colorful, filled with a lot of vibrant colors, energy wise. You know, you could feel her energy. You know. I want to say 2.5 hours into the show, and that's when we heard TV off.
Let these cameras tell it, hey, bust in right now, yelling, what's up? And yeah, get bad, but somebody gotta do it, gotta pull up on the gas, so nobody gotta, let's go. Turn this TV on. Turn this TV on.
You know, and when it came out, it was amazing. It was like TV off, and then Not Like Us was kind of like one of the last couple of songs that he played. And let me tell you, when I tell you the stadium erupted in the A minor line, it was.
Like a bitch, ain't you tired? Try to spend the party. They not like us. 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 They not like us.
You think the better that you disrespect pop, nigga? I think that
Crazy. And you know, I'm sitting there and I'm looking up and I'm like, man, this is one of the last biggest song of the night, you know, and I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden Luther came on, and I was like, damn, I forgot all about Luther, you know, because Luther's 13 weeks now at number one, 12 or 13 weeks now. It's turning into a beast.
this world, I won't waste your time, I turn it off just so I can turn you on. I wanna make you say it loud. I'm not even tripping, I won't stress you out. I might even settle down for you. I'ma show you I'm a pro. I'ma take my time to turn it off, just so I can turn you on, baby.
And you know what? Listen, I probably listened to it 3-4 times on the way home because I got that playlist, that set list in rotation. And listen, this tour right here, they're gonna rack up so much money from this tour because whatever city they leave behind, the streams are up, way up. And like I said, you could go some of these platforms where they have the entire set list up to stream, and people are just streaming the set list because you know what? On the way to the concert, I was streaming the hell out that set list, so I know what's coming. You know, I knew some of the SZA songs. I had to catch up on that, learn a little bit. If you went to this show, let me know, how did you feel about that experience? Because to me, that was an awesome experience. I had floor seats. I was real fortunate. You know, I'm not a short person, but I was real fortunate that I wasn't behind any tall person, because I did see some people that bought tickets, or maybe their parents got them. Oh, I got you floor seats, but shit, the person in front of them 6'2". They're standing on the chair behind them, and they still too short. But let me know what your experience was at the show. You know, if this show's coming to your city and you have an opportunity to go. You know, it'll blow your mind. It may not, you never know. But I feel like, and to be honest, my section didn't have a lot of energy in it. But you know what? I came to watch a show. You know, the energy, I think they were releasing enough energy for everybody. You know, and I like the visuals that I got. I did record a lot for the pod. And I'm gonna get y'all some of that. But if I do go to a second show, I don't really want to record anything. I just want to take it in and just enjoy it. Like, now, if I was in a section that was pretty lit up, had more people in there, just, you know, of course, it's a lot more exciting as fans to enjoy your favorite sport. Kendrick says rap's a sport, and that's one of our favorite sport right now. So I was blown away by SZA's set, I think, more than Kendrick. And that's only because I've been watching Kendrick every day. I've been dissecting all of his stuff. So I've kind of expected to know what to expect. I loved his performance at the show. Him not having his mic on, having his mic on, not having any backtrack, was amazing to me to hear it clear as day. And his breath control, the way he was moving across the stage, you know, effortlessly. Now, he talked about how he stays conditioned. He talked about that, how he gets up and was it 5 miles a day, he says? Was it in Meta Garden when he spoke about stuff like that? So you know he stays in shape. And to be on a tour like this, to be doing back-to-back nights, like, you think about it, this was like a 3-hour show. Less than 3, maybe 2.5 hours to 3-hour show, right? And they were on stage for almost half the time. They were sometimes together. And you doing this back-to-back to like that, because he wasn't just standing there rapping in one place. He was here, and then he was 4 blocks that way. 2 minutes later, then he's 3 blocks that way. He was moving across the stage, up and down. So if you bought tickets in the pit, he was down there looking at you in the pit, rapping at you. I was over on the other side from the pit. And yeah, I got a couple of shots where he's damn near in arm's length, you know. So he's gonna give you your money's worth. Now, I don't think there's anybody in that stadium. It didn't matter where you sit. If you sat the front row or up in the nosebleeds, that wasn't happy with what they got from that performance of that show. I guarantee everybody is happy with what they spent on the show for what they got, and whatever they spent, they felt good about it. Now, if I do go to a second show, I would rather sit in one of the upper tiers so you can look down at the show, like, and I will try to get something center that I could look straight forward, but more up, because the further you're down, you do get to see them close up when they come in your area, but when they move away, you don't see as well. But what does happen is Kendrick, TDE, whoever put this monitor big screen they have together, this thing is amazing. It's like a ginormous jumbo screen that just, it's like the length of the entire stage. Just, but the visuals, the quality is amazing. And if you remember when he did the Super Bowl halftime show, the way he shot it as though it was a commercial. They did the entire show like that. So at any point you can look up on the Jumbotron and there is Kendrick looking at you, rapping, singing right to your face. And he's literally doing visual facials into the camera. And they had a lot of cameramen on the stage with everybody. You could tell all this stuff is done together, but I love the way they did that. So at any point, you could always look up at this great scene up there. I love the fact that the videos they had inside of the arena. There's one when the video he just did for Luther. She's in another video inside of there with him as well. And the way they tied all that stuff together, it's pretty cool. There weren't any special guests at this show as far as what I saw, but all the other shows that had special guests, seen it, pulling it all in, almost feels like they were there when he was performing it. So for me, I would definitely go see this again if I got another opportunity in another city. I'm hoping that I do get to go again. You know, it's these is definitely one of those history making events that I think a lot of people are going to eventually go see, because this thing is selling out wherever it goes. I know those LA shows are going to be off the rip crazy. I know they're going to be insane. And if y'all haven't gone to the show and y'all get an opportunity, go. Let me know down in the comments how y'all feeling about the tour, if you've gone, if you plan on going, if you didn't go. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one, man. I'm still amazed. You know, give it a big up to SZA, Kev. Yeah. I got to say big up to them, man, because they did their thing. They did their thing. So I'm out, y'all. I'm just still in awe. I could sit here and talk about this all day. But you know what? I'm gonna see y'all later, y'all. I gotta go edit y'all video.